Boom! You know, bro, got vibrant, bad like way power and roary. But here what? At the time for the lion, them tell them story. Lion voice. A bro, got vibrant. I said, don't listen to it once, don't listen to it twice. Subscribe, like, and share. You hear? Boom! Cause just because I hear them. Cause them a fast and pray just to see we fail. Lion voice. Boom, got vibrant rep.
Well, front to us, a son was born and a child was given.
I want to ask you a question. Have you got your book? Haile Selassie's Ethiopia Volume 1, The Rise of the Priest Warrior King. I've read the book in its entirety, and I must say it's very inspirational, very informative, and very historical, right?
Them call him Ras Tafari. When he was born, rain fall from the sky. Them call him Ras Tafari. When he was grown in airplanes he fly. They call him Ras Tafari. Lion break the chain, weep not, don't cry. Them call him Ras Tafari. Read the Revelation chapter 5 verse 5. Then born near the city of Harar, the inspiration for Bob Marley's guitar. People crowd him like some big superstar. It no matter if England.
Also wanna just cut to a very special interview I did with a grower that I know here in Washington DC, and we are here with a very special guest in a very special location. We're here live in Southeast DC, the last reservoir of the Chocolate City. I have a very special brother here with I, and we're headed toward the 420, and we decided to bring a special guest, someone with some expert knowledge. Just so happened Brethren used to be my neighbor, so the Most High brings ones within your sphere for a reason and for a season, and we give thanks because we always have to big up the farmer. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about a brethren named Angel, who's a real earth angel.
Peace.
You know what I mean? Blessing. Just introduce yourself for the Lion Pride, the Lion Voice family.
Yeah, my name is Angel. Yeah, I've pretty much been growing for about 15 years now. I met the brother as my neighbor, like, you know, as he said, and you know, the stars align, you know?
Yes.
So I'm very grateful.
Give thanks. And I tell people that my superpower is the network, and the network is ever expanding, which is why it's such a power. So I wanted to get right into the topic. You know, we're talking about cannabis. You know, for Rastafari, very special plant. It's a herb that we consider the healing of the nation. My elders in Rastafari told I that this plant, you know, had the power to save humanity. This was before all the books that were written and all of these things, and people used to laugh at them, call them delusional. So this brother is well educated. I want you to, you know, just talk about the plant, you know, cannabis, what it means today, how you became aware, you know, some of the things that you studied. Just bring us, you know, for those who are not familiar with this plant, because I don't want people to think it's just Rastafari just talking about this plant. You know what I mean? So,
well, you know, my first exposure to the plant was at a very young age. You know, teenage years. You know, a lot of people, you know about smoking the herb, but they don't know like the biological background behind the herb and the benefits of it. You know, they just see it as a ways to get inebriated to some extent, you know, or to get relaxed, you know, depending on what the person is using it for. So, yeah, it's really important to know the history about what you're actually putting inside your body. So, you know, I just took it upon myself after some years to really study and show myself approved.
Okay, and you said you studied. What type of work do you do with the plant?
Everything. I mean, from stressing it out to see how much, you know, it can take, to, you know, taking care of it to its final age, you know, all the way up to you can't mother it no more, you know, it's reached its capacity.
Okay, so to talk to me about what are some of the benefits of the plant?
It's a lot of benefits. You can use it for a lot of different things. Sleep aid, you know, you can use it as a rub for, you know, muscle pain. and you know, a lot of people like to use it for focus too.
Yeah.
You know, it all depends on which variety you decide to, you know, use it and how you use it.
So break down that variety. You know, I know there's the indica and then you have the sativa. Break down what's the difference. What's indica? What's sativa?
Well, you know, a lot of people like to have variations between the two, depending on where it's grown, how it's grown, the height difference, and the genetics of the plant overall. So, you know, all those things make the difference in, you know, what is considered an indica or sativa. But most of the time nowadays, a lot of the plant has been mixed down, I say, or crossbred. So a lot of stuff is hybrid. That's so you don't see a lot of don't see a lot of land race sativas or a lot of land race indicas, most definitely, unless you get the genetics, the true genetics.
Okay, so talk to me. What does land race? Because I hear that term used. What does that mean?
So a land race strain is something that is basically known according to that region.
Okay.
You know, what's grown naturally in that area. Like in Nepal, they have a strain called Nepali puck, and that's known as a Nepalese strain grown in Nepal.
Okay.
So that's a land race strain.
That would be like Thai stick.
Yes.
Them kind of.
Yes.
Malawi gold.
Yes.
Them kind of.
Yeah, Acapulco gold.
Acapulco
and
gold.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Panama haze.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And those, you don't really hear about those anymore.
You do. You know, they're trying to bring back a lot of those genetics. But for people like you that are elders, you know what the original, you know, strands is supposed to taste like and look like, you know, and a lot of things have changed now.
And I don't want to claim that elder yet, you know. I'm on my way, but I'm not quite an elder. So big up all of the elders. But because I remember, you know, used to hear about herb like purple haze, you know, used to hear about, but now everything is OG this, OG that, you know, the name, you can't even keep up with the names and the strains anymore. What are the benefits, do you think, or are there any benefits of the original land race compared to what they're doing now? Or
well, with the original land race strains, you kind of know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of know what effect you're gonna get. Some people have different responses to different things, just like any of a herb or plants or medicine in the earth, you know. So you actually have to try it out to see how it's supposed to respond to your body. So if you have something that's original, you know what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
So then you apply it to yourself.
So you're not a virgin that just grow herb in his house. You actually work in the industry. Talk to us about what's that's like.
It's very different. Growing in your own private time where you're relaxed and you can focus more, have a more relation with the plant. It's a different experience than working where you're on a clock and you have to do things in certain order. And everything's not the same. You know, everything has to be more uniform because they're looking for, you know, numbers versus getting full potential of the plant.
Because they got to be harvested at a certain time. It's got to be ready. Because it's a business. So what do you prefer, growing for yourself or growing in the business part?
You have to start there first. Grow for yourself first. Yeah, before you get into business, I say that's the best thing to try to do. Be one with the plant.
So how did you get into the formal part of the business? We're in Washington, D.C. right now. Obviously, there was a referendum here and cannabis was made legal. Here, they don't have a regime where you can sell, but there are dispensaries that are going for primarily the medical side here in D.C. But I know it must not be easy to get some of these jobs. How were you able to?
It's very easy, bro. Yeah, it's very easy, bro. You know, it's misconception, a lot of misconception. You know, it's not like some people say, so who you know and stuff like that. No, it's online, just like every other job. It's on Indeed, you know, you just have to type it in. And then if they do call you, come because they have millions of people that want to apply. So you know, if you actually get called, they want you to come.
Yeah.
So if you don't come, it's almost like your name is on the blacklist now. You know, not saying you can't apply for another place and have another opportunity in another company, but you know, it's a small industry, and everybody knows everybody.
Okay.
So it's
relationship, because
Yeah.
I talk a lot about business and relationships and network. So same thing in the cannabis
Yes.
industry. Network, you get a reputation
Yes.
as a grower. Talk to me about your vision. What do you think this plant can do if it's left to do what
It's limitless. It's limitless, Reg. It's limitless. It's already healing people now.
Yeah.
People already see the benefits of it. Because if they didn't, this wouldn't be an industry for us to, you know, expose to the world.
Yeah.
Again, for a second time.
Yes. So, what would you like to see being done that's not maybe currently
Just more
being done?
more education.
Okay.
More education, you know, for the people that don't know, that have stigmas against, you know, what the benefits of the plant can be, and you know, changes in jobs for people that actually use the herb for medical purposes. You know, it should be a change for people. You know, if it's a medical condition and they're using it as such, then it should be treated as such.
That's all. And instead of the opioids, which we know America is going through an opioid crisis.
And they hand them out like candy.
You can get a prescription very easily. Your job is not going to check you for no form of opiate. You can. Now talk to me about your own enterprise, because I know that you're not just you're also an entrepreneur. What's your vision for your you have a company. You talk to us about your company, why you started it, what's the vision?
Infinite Growth DC .com is the website. Basically, it's just to teach people how to grow, teach people education about the plant, the misnomers, the stigmas, pretty much where it came from, how we can show you the benefits of it and how it's been helping other people, as well as if you want to, you know, put together a home grow, and if you live in a place where it's legal, we can show you how to set that up according to whatever budget, you know, you're interested in.
Thanks. And I've been encouraging the brethren to start a YouTube channel, so I hope that's, you know.
Yeah, it's in the works, brother.
It's in the works because he has a wealth of knowledge, and you know, this is the content creator era. You see, I'm in my shirt. This is my merch, the Reading Ras merch. Make sure you go to the website, support the merch. Big up the Lion Pride on Patreon. There's so many ways for content creators to monetize. So if you have any knowledge base, you know, it's very important to really get into the content creation game, because content's not going anywhere. And for the first time, you know, we have access to a global marketplace, you know, for you know, relatively low cost. You know, I'm filming this on my phone, my smartphone right now. You know what I mean? We got the mics. Big up the Lion Pride on Patreon. But it's the time. So we want this brother, when he start his channel, we're gonna bring him forward, so we can make everybody know how they can find the channel. You know, just give us any other sounds, because I know you're a busy man. You got places to be. What other sounds can you share with us, just in regards to this plant for the beginner or somebody who's just trying to, you know, happen along, and they want to know more? What would you advise them?
If you've ever grown anything, any type of herbs in your garden, there's not much difference. If you're growing a tomato, they say it's the closest thing in relation to cannabis is a tomato.
Okay.
So if you know how to treat that and feed them, then you'll be safe with learning how to, you know, start out without any real big problems.
Yeah. Before we go, talk to me about the chemicals and the fertilizers. Is that a big issue in the industry? Are they? Because one of the things people say with this new herb, they put in a lot of fertilizer, a lot of things that potentially could have some detriments that are different. If you know, with Rastafari, we're big on ITA, natural type growing. Is that an issue that you've seen in growing?
Well, a lot of people decide to use chemical fertilizers versus natural fertilizers like dry amendments and things of that nature because of the onset of how fast the plant receives the nutrients. Now that also speeds up production. That can be a pro and a con. For some people, they say we don't get full expression of the plant.
Okay, if you speed it up.
Yeah. So if a plant finishes in 10 weeks, but you finish it in 8, that's 2 weeks short. That's 4 weeks short of your dry time. That's a lot of things that's changing.
Yeah.
So of course the herb is gonna taste much different.
Okay.
You know, you're not even gonna see the full expression of it.
So, so you're saying that a lot of these grows, and you don't have to call any names, are they under these kind of pressures where they're, you know, harvesting?
It's a business. It's a business. I don't mean to cut you off, Reg, but it's a business, Reg. We said that in the very beginning, Reg. You know, you can't. The demand of the herb cannot meet the time frame in which they want it, Reg. So it's an ever-growing industry. But we have to hone what would be best for the patient and the person that is actually going to consume it overall. You know, because you're not going to get the full expression.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the full experience. You'll never know.
Another final question. My channel, we talk about the building of Zion, heaven on earth. You know, manifesting that heaven on earth. You know what I mean? Do you think we'll ever see a time where herb just grows wild everywhere, like we're in a park right now where there will just be herb just growing?
In our country, probably. In certain places, you'll see it, but in DC, probably not. I don't know, Brad. If it is growing there, you know, it's a special place.
It's special.
Yeah.
I used to know some brethren back in the day that used to grow in Rock Creek Park. You know, they would climb up in the trees and find things, and they put the plants up in the trees.
It's called perching, Bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, we perch on. We perch on trees all the time. It's an old school.
Okay.
Yeah, thing. So there's no way to mess up your plant. Nobody messes with it. Can't reach up there.
Yeah.
Unless they have a ladder or can climb. So that's called perching your tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, people, this is not a brethren who just new to the thing and just come in and talking. You know what he's talking about. Cause these are some Congo man I know used to do this way back in the 90s, you know. Cannabis has been made legal. So we do have legal cannabis. You cannot buy cannabis in DC, but it is legal for recreational and medicinal purposes. You're able to grow up to 6 plants in your house, and also you're able to carry up to a certain amount of cannabis on your person in DC. And I never know I would have lived to see that, because I've been in DC over 20 years. I never know I would have lived to see that, but we see it, and now there's nowhere you're gonna go out in DC and you don't smell the sweet fragrance of cannabis wafting through the air.
Well, millions of Africans were stolen and taken in bondage and suffered terrible acts of terrorism. Well, millions of Africans were stolen and taken in bondage and suffered terrible acts of terrorism. Well, it's best that we live out best, living in this life full of stress. Can't you see the government couldn't care less? Work every day, can't see no progress. So it's best that we live out the best, living in this life full of stress. Can't you see the government couldn't care less? Work every day, can't see no progress. So them slave for paychecks. Work every day, grow old from the stress that pays. They're getting cold in the west. Remember we were bought and sold for gold down in the west. I check in my history and I see the sweat from our back to them country. Black people hungry still for the money, them a robber, them a steal. Funny cause the slave have to face $100 bill for real. Y'all can act like it ain't a big deal, but I got to stand for the black. Color of my skin could have never changed that. No, the slave master thought y'all never talk back, but I must be back. And I see them on the war with Iraq, and my people them dying from the AIDS and crack. They lack basic things that they need, so they taste the Benjamins, living life second class citizens. Time to look within. Time for Ali Selassie, I King of Kings, and Ethiopia there from the beginning. Well, here, memories as it was, miss the soul of the best that we live out the West. Living in this life full of stress. Can't you see the government couldn't care less? Work every day, can't see no progress. So it's best that we live out the West. Living in this life full of stress. Can't you see the government couldn't care less? Work every day, they still come to a rest.
The shores, beautiful faces, take me to the Niger to behold creation. Look at the lions and tigers. Mother Africa, so majestically attired. Crown from her head to her toe with gold and sapphire, platinum, copper, rubber, and manganese. Try to anciently along the ancient seas under the blue now, for sipping my ancient trees.